call this regular scheduled meeting to order. Call roll.
Mayor Quirrell.
Here.
Commissioner Warren.
Here.
Commissioner Mabry.
Here.
Commissioner Fabia.
Here.
Commissioner Newman.
Here. Please stand and join us in the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, any public comment? Scott, just need your name and make sure that's
It's on. I think it's on. It's on. My name is Scott Magic. I'm the president of Local 953 of the letter carriers here in town. This is the results of the food drive. Wanted to get this done. Actually, I need about another month, but while it's still fresh in everyone's mind. Here in the city of Princeton, we of course broke another record and collected over 20,115 pounds of food. Next year, we're gonna have to break a big one because that's gonna be my last one. I'm gonna return my paperwork today, so you're gonna have to do it without me. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to point out and give some recognition where recognition is due, because without volunteers, nothing we do can happen. So I could be the good mouthpiece, be in the paper, be on TV, be in the radio. If we can't get the food for the pantry, it's kind of a moot point. So what I wanted to do is I've got 3 certificates to give out, and these are not the real deal because the colored ones aren't in yet. So you'll get different ones, and I gotta make a change on Bob's. I wanted to give one to Chief Root for he and his wife, because they volunteered to help around town traveling for food. Commissioner Warren, he was out in pickup. And my thanks for the city for their support. Like I said, you get prettier ones later. But I gotta get these to you. Next year, you'll see me again. Thank you. Thank you.
any other public comment? Okay, we'll go to approval of minutes. Commissioner Newman.
Thank you, Mayor. I move that the minutes from the regular council meeting from Monday, June 6th be approved as written.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Any corrections? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Quirrell.
Aye. And I'll go for approval of minutes, and we'll start with Commissioner Newman, or invoices.
Invoices. I have invoices tonight for Public Affairs and the Department of Accounts and Finances. Planning Department, $12,831.57. Administration, $21,649.18. Self-insurance, $114,763.92. No expenses in economic development. Tourism, $4,326.20. Property Department, $6,255.60. No expenses in community development. And Homestead, $215.05. But the total invoices for Public Affairs and the Department of Accounts and Finances is $160,001.52. Mayor, I have reviewed these bills. I find them to be true and accurate, and move that they be paid.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Any comments or corrections? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Quirrell.
Aye. We'll go to Commissioner Mabry.
Thank you, Mayor Quirrell. This evening, I have the bills and payrolls for the Department of Streets and Public Improvement as follows. In the Street Department, the total is $38,904.74. In the Wastewater Collection Department, $24,530.19. In the Cemetery Department, $13,782.72. Garbage expenditures of $22,882.60. For a grand total of all the invoices and payroll of $100,100.25. Mayor Quirrell, I've examined the bills and payroll, find them to be true and correct, and request payment be made.
Second. Motion's been seconded. Any comments or corrections? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. We'll go to Commissioner Bavia.
Thank you, Mayor. I have bills for public health, safety, and civil defense. For the police department, I have $104,620.16. For fire ambulance department, I have $223,181.73, for a total of $327,801.88. I've reviewed these bills. I believe them to be true and accurate, and I move they be paid.
Second. Motion's been seconded. Any comments or corrections? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
How about Commissioner Mabry?
Aye.
And Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. And we'll go to Commissioner Warren.
Thank you. Tonight I've got the bills and payroll for public property utilities. Electric generation totals $534,031.82. Electric distribution of $48,664.09. Electric administration of $35,777.70. Telecommunications of $133.51. Water treatment of $44,745.80. Water distribution of $4,750.75. And water administration of $5,578.52. For a grand total of $673,682.19. I've examined these bills and believe them to be true and accurate and move that we pay them.
I'll second that.
Motion's been seconded. Any comments or corrections? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. Thank you, Commissioners. Now go to regular business, and we'll start with Commissioner Newman.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to make a motion that we suspend the second reading of ordinance O-16-008, which is establishing the prevailing wages for 2016.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Any comments? This is, we're waiving the first reading on this, go right to the second reading, final reading. The prevailing wage has to be passed by the end of the month, so this is our only opportunity to do so. So if no other comments, call roll.
I might just make one comment about the fact that the exhibit in the ordinance shows the actual wages for 2015 rather than 2016. I've explained it to some of you, but not all of you, that the Department of Labor has not calculated the wages for 2016 yet. And upon my queries down to Springfield, they said they don't have any idea when they'll do that calculation and go ahead and pass last year's rates. So that's what we're going to do.
Any comment, you go down? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye.
Next up is ordinance O-16-008, establishing prevailing wages for 2016. This is the first and final reading. I'm going to read just the first paragraph to give you just a brief description of what this is all about. To the extent and as required by Act regulating wages and laborers, mechanics, and other workers employed in any public works by the state, county, city, or public body, or any political subdivision, or by anyone under contract for public works, approved back in June of 1941 as amended, the general prevailing rate of wages in this locality for laborers, mechanics, and other workers engaged in the construction of public works coming under the jurisdiction of the city is hereby ascertained to be the same as prevailing rate of wages for construction work in the Bureau County area as determined by the Department of Labor of the state of Illinois. As of June 2015, a copy of that determination is being attached hereto as Exhibit A and incorporated in this by reference. I move that we approve this ordinance.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Any comments? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren.
No.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye.
Next, I have ordinance O-16-009, map amendments to City of Princeton, first reading. This is an ordinance rezoning real estate within the corporate limits of the City of Princeton. The ordinance has exhibits that go into some detail as to what these changes are. I move that we approve the first reading and move it to a second reading.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Any comments or corrections? Brian, Do you have anything you'd like to, I don't mean to catch you off guard, but,
Actually, just give an overview of what they are. So, the proposed map revision is being made to better reflect the current densities and uses within the zoning districts throughout the city. So, basically, there's many changes throughout town, a lot of corrections that include, there might have been some zoning districts that didn't really stop with the parcel line, that might have even taken in half parcels at one point, so those were clarified. Changed a lot of R3 uses back down to R2 or R1, which would actually bring the density down to what the neighborhood characteristic is. In some cases, we've rezoned business districts, and we did have a lot of neighborhood, a little bit of opposition on the north end, where we've rezoned from B1 to B2, and also extended the zoning over to Vernon Street. And the commission took that into account in their recommendation. It outlines all those changes. So basically, it's revised to keep the R2 zoning along Vernon all the way up to B Street, and then all the way down to Warren, and that would be a mix of R2 and R3, basically what was there before. And that's the only major change from the proposed map that was in the public hearing notice.
I was curious, how long has this been, you've been working on this?
We've probably been working on it with the commission for over a year now, so just revising maps as we go, and we have been working on it for quite a while.
So what personal impact would a citizen be critical of with what changes you're proposing?
Well, in the case on Vernon Street, there was some business zoning that was extended to where there weren't currently businesses, and the citizens felt that would impact the character of the street, so they opposed the rezoning, and the Plan Commission took that into account and revised their recommendation. And that's what you have before you with the list of addresses that were changed from the proposed map.
In the document that I'm looking at, you're talking about changes for R2 and R3. I don't see anything about business B1 or B2 in this document.
Oh, in the recommendation?
Right.
Well, it's saying that it should say that it was changed from the zoning map back to remain R2 or R3. So I think that was outlined in the recommendation.
You're saying going from a business district back to residential? Is that what?
Just those addresses that are listed. And they're currently, most of them are currently R2 or R3, and we had proposed to change them to business districts because they were adjacent to the business districts, and there were some vacant lots there. And the B1 zoning in that section actually kind of flooded over to the other side of the alley. This would be in the area of Ace Hardware and Cannon Cleaners, that block. And there was a few parcels that actually were B1 on that side, and the Plan Commission actually recommends that those go back to R2 also, or actually are changed to R2. So that whole side of the block would be residential. And there were some proposed business changes, or business zoning changes further north on Vernon, and those were, the proposal was changed to have those remain R3. So, and the rest of the proposed map actually stays the same.
So Brian, as we see this, as we vote on tonight, the presumption would be that the neighbors are overall satisfied with the changes made, and so in voting in this, I see neighbors that are affected by this, but overall, then they're pleased with the changes that the planning and zoning commission made going back to residential. Is that correct?
I believe so. They seem satisfied with the decision on Tuesday night.
And we can give them an opportunity to speak if you'd like. Just need your name.
Ernie Whittington, Section 19, North Vernon. Could you guys tell us exactly what you're going to vote on? Well, we were under the assumption at the meeting was that east of the center of the alley east was going to be R2. The center of the alley west was going to be B1? B2. Right. Is that what you guys have?
Is that staying the same where Ace is and Canning? That was B?
That was B1 before, and actually the map proposal actually proposed to change it to B2 in that area to match some of the existing uses in that area. So what used to be B1, from Clark down to Warren, it is proposed to be B2. And there was actually some discussion during the lunch meeting and that night about maybe that's too intensive of a use in that area. But I did clarify that with the planning commission and they wanted to move forward with that B2 rezoning. But it is proposed, the list of addresses basically clarify everything on the west side of the east side of the alley as being R2 from Warren up to Hudson, and then there's a block north on East LaSalle, from East LaSalle up to the city parking lot behind Peterson's Barbershop, that area. The city parking lot will remain B1, and the kind of vacant buildings on Elm Place and whatnot, those will be changed to B1. And then up north, from Elm Place all the way up to B Street, those were proposed to be changed to B1 from what they were at R3, and the recommendation is actually to change it back to R3. So,
Or leave it at R3.
or leave it at R3. So basically the zoning notice had this proposed map, and the recommendation that you'll be, or the ordinance you'll be passing will be this proposed map with the recommended changes from Tuesday's hearing.
Did that answer your question?
Okay, that's correct. Now, we're all on the same page. Okay, if in fact that's the case, I would ask that you folks pass that, because it's good for the residential area, it's also good for the business in this community. And I'm glad that the city council took effect to let us have our homes where they belong. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Concur?
Any further comment? Okay, call roll. This is the first reading, by the way. There will be a second reading in 2 weeks. Second and final reading.
Okay. Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry.
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querom.
Aye.
Next up is a resolution R-16-019. It's a resolution for the maintenance of streets and highways by municipalities under the Illinois Highway Code. The City Council, the City of Princeton is hereby appropriated the sum of $221,000 of motor fuel tax funds for the purpose of maintaining streets and highways under the applicable provisions of the Illinois Highway Code. And this commences May 1st, 2016 until April 30th, 2017. I move that we approve this resolution.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Any comments? Is this what we were expecting?
So this is our MSP program for fiscal year 2016, and the streets identified are Bailey Court as well as Orange Wood Street. So that'll encompass that program for the fiscal year.
Any additional comment? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren?
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry?
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia?
Aye.
Commissioner Newman?
Aye.
Mayor Querem?
Aye. Thank you, Commissioner Newman. Now we'll go over to Commissioner Avery.
Thank you, Mayor Querem. This evening, we're going to be discussing again, what was tabled from the meeting of May 16th, the Resolution R-16-014, authorizing an engineering and service agreement with Farnsworth Group concerning Euclid Avenue reconstruction project. And if I could, before I make a recommendation on that, Rachel, would you like to just expand on that a little bit more for us, please?
Sure, so this is an engineering agreement, on top of the one that we already have with Farnsworth to take into consideration some right-of-way easements that we'll need, as well as some additional engineering for some things that we, downside Driftway and Euclid with the sidewalks, and redoing some of the sidewalks, fit what we subtracted from. So the total agreement,
Second page says not to exceed $80,000.
that's correct, not to exceed $80,000.
Are you good with this, Rachel?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the Resolution R-16-014 with Farnsworth, not to exceed $80,000.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Any further comment?
How did this play into the fact that we received a letter from IDOT about the historic preservation?
Yeah, so this, depending on, they're gonna do an on-site visit, and then depending on their ruling with the on-site visit, this could be postponed. I guess we just have to wait till that July visit to see what the historic resource office says.
This has to do with the brick streets and whether they don't want us to pull the bricks out. Although we do have, and one of the things that we'll be discussing with them is repurposing those bricks here in town for certain projects. So, hopefully it's not going to be a problem.
Rachel, in this document, it talks about the project being completed by December 31st. If we are held up on this Brick Street issue, are they willing to extend that or keep it kind of open at the course?
Yeah, well, it'll be, we'll just have to move our timeline back, depending on once we get the final ruling from the historical resource office.
For them to hold the price as well?
Right. Yeah, the engineering, contracts are both not to exceed amounts, so.
Okay.
Now, this is, we discussed this with, Farnsworth was here a month ago, and we had a meeting, obviously, and we had a very lengthy discussion about the cost of this project. And so we are keeping a close eye on, going forward, and once we get this one here behind us.
So Farnsworth is aware of the historic preservation?
Yeah, they're the ones who, they've actually been communicating directly with them.
Any further comment? Call.
Commissioner Warren?
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry?
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia?
Aye.
Commissioner Newman?
Aye.
Mayor Querem?
Aye.
And also this evening, Mayor Querem, on a very positive note, we have the bid results for what we call the South Church Street project, which included curb and gutter. It included new concrete aprons going into people's driveways, it included sidewalk, and it included a asphalt surface. And I know the folks on South Church Street are excited about this. So there was two bids that were submitted, one from Advanced Asphalt and one from C&H Excavating from Earlville. The low bidder was Advanced Asphalt at $178,263.50. I'd like to make a motion to accept this bid from Advanced Asphalt.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Further comment? Call roll.
Commissioner Warren?
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry?
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia?
Aye.
Commissioner Newman?
Aye.
Mayor Querem?
Aye. Now we'll go to Commissioner Fabia.
Thank you, Mayor. I have the May statistics from Bucom. Total incoming calls, 682, ambulance, EMS related, 256, fire related, 92, city utility related, 73. From the fire department, I have a total calls of 166, fire 3, rescue and EMS 154, others 9. From the police department, I have total calls responded to 525, miles patrolled 11,749, Service calls handled, 171. Arrests and warnings, 108. Accidents handled, 17.
Thank you, Commissioner Pavia. We will move on to city manager's report.
Thank you. I have three things tonight. The first thing is a monthly revenue and expenditure summary. So this is just a summary of the invoices that are approved at each meeting. For 2016, for the month of June, excluding this past payroll, the total is $1.6 million. And revenue total for May is $9.5 million. Then the comparison to 2015 is on the back of that. Are there any questions on that? Okay.
I appreciate the report.
The second thing I have is we recently completed an audit of our telecommunications devices, a citywide audit. We used the Spyglass Group, and they recently concluded their audit. They had three different components. They did a cost recovery, service elimination, and cost reduction savings. So they found a few different things. So they were given access to all our invoices with all the different carriers that we use. With landline phones, they were able to eliminate one unused line, caller ID for one phone, and elimination of an analog data circuit, and elimination of some wire maintenance, and that total savings is about $1,600 per year. With our cell phone contract, they were actually very surprised about the service we get and at the price we get with ID Cellular. However, they did find a few things. They were able to eliminate 4 cell phone lines that were no longer in use, and cancel some duplicate phone insurance. Net savings was about $3,000 per year. And then the city, Stephen McConnell, our IT technician, has been working on with the company to get us a new phone system. So we'll be going to a PRI system, and this is one PRI line into City Hall, and then it's dispersed over our network fiber. And with this new phone system, we'll save about $1,200 a month over our current system. So total savings for both the phone audit and the new phone system is about $19,000 per year that we'll start seeing. So we are very happy with the results of both of these and look forward to implementing those savings.
Great savings.
I would like to echo those sentiments. I mean, this is one of my pet peeves for many, many years is who can understand a phone bill, number one, why are we paying so much, number two, so I'm glad to see that we're making some headway here.
Thanks. Yeah, and we'll look to have this done, every 3 or 4, whatever kind of cycle, and we'll try to get better going forward as well. But this company is paid based on savings they find in a percentage of that, which is the one-time fee.
And we're switching to the new PRI system. All phone numbers will stay the same.
That's correct, yes, and that'll take place sometime in July. The last thing I have here is our compliance review for MST bond. So this is just an annual compliance review that IDOT supplies and requests that we share at a council meeting. So like I said, this is from our 2009 bond issue that we pay out of our MST fund. If you have any questions on that, please let me know.
Okay, thank you, Rachel. I've got 2 items that I'd like to talk about. The first thing I'd like to do tonight is offer its condolences to the family of Justin and Janice Walters. Justin is a employee of the city of Princeton, as is his son Jesse Walters, who unfortunately lost his life this past Friday at the age of 25. So again, I'd like to offer our condolences to the family. The second thing is we applied for, as part of this, I'm not sure what to call it, Main Street Improvement Program. We did apply for a grant, the Donnelly Preservation Fund grant, and we were just notified last week that we were awarded the grant. It's a $2,500 matching grant. So that money is going to help us go forward with what we're trying to do as far as Main Street and Darius Miller Park. And we have a advisory committee that will be in town on July 7th that will be spending the day in town and taking a look at our Main Street at Darius Miller Park to give us some feedback. Just a comment, Suzanne German is the grant administrator, and she notified us that their staff had reviewed the application and found it to be a wonderful project, and that we have compiled an amazing team of preservationists. That again will occur on July 7th. And we are also planning a community vision workshop, which would take place in October. So between now and then, a lot to do, but it's a fantastic start being awarded this grant. Any old business?
If I could, Mayor, I know that last council meeting, Rachel had already had a vacation plan. We missed her, Rachel, we did. Rachel was kind enough though to go back, when she got back to the office and go over financing for the fire truck. Could you give us a quick update on that?
Absolutely, thanks. So I did reach out to our local banks, all four of them, to see if they would be interested in financing our fire engine. I received proposals back from 3 of them, and we will be using local banks to finance that, and I contacted them today to let them know.
And that's great. Thank you, Commissioner Mabry, for raising that a couple weeks ago.
Yes, thank you. It is at a lower interest rate, I should note, than the proposal with Pierce or PNC, so thank you.
Any other old business? Any new business?
Under the, Mayor, if I could, under the street department, due to the upcoming Independence Day holiday on Monday, July 4th, garbage and recycling routes will be picked up on Tuesday, July 5th. Please set your garbage and recycling out by 5 a.m. If you have any questions, you can call the street department at 872-7331.
And I'll piggyback on that. As a reminder, City Hall will be closed on July 4th. It's a Monday, and our next meeting will be Tuesday, July 5th. Any additional new business? Okay, entertain a motion to adjourn to executive session and then do our next regular meeting, public comment. Just your name.
Oh, Geraldine Woodley. 2 things. How well did we do on our electronic pickup? It was pretty crowded.
Yeah, we had a lot of people. I will be getting final numbers, hopefully by the end of this week or early next week, based off the process everything. But we had a really good turnout and have some good takeaways for the next time we do one as well.
Hope it didn't cost us too much money.
We'll have all that information in the press release.
My other comment is there a limit how long people can keep their garage and yard sale stuff in front? There's one house I've seen for 3 weeks. I think there should be a limit.
We will look into that.
Yeah,
That's being addressed.
yeah,
That's being addressed.
Mayor, can I make a comment? You know, we appreciate people having garage sales, but I know that my pet peeve would be they take duct tape and they tape their signs onto the city's posts and onto our ornate street lamps and everything else, and a lot of times they forget to take those signs back down. And if they do take them down, half the duct tape's still stuck to the side of them. So minor, but yet irritating. And there's signs out there right now, and they'll be out there till the weather blows them off there, that people just don't come back and get their signs. So
I'm sorry, Ray, if you ask Pete, he can tell you that years ago, he used to go around and talk to people about that. And whenever people bring up garage sales, they remember being visited by Pete. And take their signs.
Maybe we'll send Pete back out on the road.
Sounds good.
Second.
Clerk, call the roll.
Any other public comment?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm anxious.
I'll try not to take up too much of your time.
Take your time, sir.
My name is Jim Hosey. I'm with Republic Services. We are a local waste and recycling company that's in the area. I just want to spend a little bit of time introducing myself and tell you a little bit about our company. If there's any questions, obviously I can stay after the meeting. A little bit about me. I've been born and raised in the area. I've been in the industry for 21 years. With the company for going over 12 now. Recently I've been promoted to the municipal services manager. So part of my job is to get our name out in front of councils and boards, just to let them know who we are, and pretty much go from there. I do have a handout for each of you, a little brochure, a little bit details, a little bit more about what we do, the services we offer, a little bit more about our company as well. With Republic Services, we have, in this area, we have over 300 employees. They're all local, they all live and work and spend money in the communities. We have 7 landfills right here in the immediate area within 90 miles of Chicago. In this area, we have one in Dixon, we have one in Ottawa, we have one in Streeter, Pontiac, and we have a transfer station in Joliet, and we also have a transfer station in Bloomington. So We are the second largest waste hauling company in the industry. We have 31,000 plus employees. We are a Fortune 500 company, and we are publicly traded on New York Stock Exchange. So, and we are widely recognized as the most financially stable company in the industry. And I do urge you, if you do get a little bit of time, go on to republicservices.com and do a little bit more research about our company. So, we are a leading provider of solid waste and recycling service. We own and operate over 190 landfills, and we own and operate over 223 transfer stations. We have 376 hauling operations nationwide, and we also run 78 recycling centers. In Illinois alone, we have 1.2 million residential customers in over 75 municipalities, and we serve more than 28 communities nationwide, 2,800 communities nationwide. Be a little dry mouth, so I apologize. And I'm trying to speed things up. Just a few of the services that we offer. We do offer residential waste collection. I know the city provides their own. We do commercial waste collection. We have several accounts here in Princeton, Ace Hardware Distribution Center, the hospital, and then several other facilities. We have the pretty blue containers around town. So we do industrial waste. We have Allegiant, which used to be LCN. They're our customer. And we do also do residential and commercial recycling. And that we also have roll-off collection for big industrial size roll-off boxes for both industries and residential cleanup. Republicservices.com is a wonderful resource. You can go in and just enter a little bit of information about yourself, and a drop-down menu will come, and it'll describe all the services that we provide in this area. I did notice that you had an electronics recycling, and that we do offer electronics recycling as well. We do offer a Sharps program, republicsharps.com. Both the Sharps program and our electronic recycling program, which is Blue Guard, is a direct-to-the-resident mail program. They can go onto our website and choose from 3 different boxes, order a box for the electronics. We send them everything. They pay for it up front. We send them everything they need. They have up to a year to fill it, and then it comes with a shipping label, everything. They either call FedEx or drop it off at a FedEx shipping address, and we take care of it. So it's all done. It doesn't cost the city anything. So you can even put a link on your website to it. The Sharps program is at republicsharps.com. It is a wonderful way. It's another direct-to-the-resident mail program. It's a wonderful way to get rid of your needles, your insulin containers, things like that, your medical needs. So please go onto our website and look at those if you're interested. I will pass these. Can I pass these out? Okay. I've got all my contact information here. So if there are any questions or you need any additional information, please feel free to reach out to me. I've got my cell phone, my office phone, and my email address.
Any questions? Yeah, you can go ahead.
Thank you. I do have our sustainability report as well, so you guys can take a look at that.
Okay, any further comments, public comment? Now, we're
Looking around the room, I see no one up there. Okay. I move that we adjourn to executive session under Illinois statutes to discuss the setting of a price for sale or lease of property owned by the public body. And then to our next regular meeting on Tuesday, July 5th, 2016, 7 p.m. at City Hall.
Second.
Motion's been second, call roll.
Commissioner Warren?
Aye.
Commissioner Mabry?
Aye.
Commissioner Fabia?
Aye.
Commissioner Newman?
Aye.
Mayor Querem?
Aye, this meeting is adjourned.